Let it go a little bit longer. Yeah. I don't like the timer things because it gives it a hard time for me to take the time for, you know, to save. Like, that's what I would have saved. But it's like, I didn't think I had enough time. It's like, instant you have scream at you to run, you know you can't just abandon Hansen. Regardless of the personality, he's still a crewmate. Your eyes fixed on the corridor leading the airlock, you wait for him to appear. You know he had received radio signals, but he must have seen what was happening to the ship from the bridge. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You mutter, your right leg beginning to twitch in anticipation. Well, we've got another time. As beam of energy tears through the airlock door, sealing you barely react. You made your decision and you're going to wait for Hansen until the last possible second. Croix, you asshole, you better get yourself into this Juno right now, or I swear to God, I'll get in the fucking robot engine. Yo, what, man? At the entrance to the room containing the airlock, you see Hansen, black box under one arm, running at full speed towards you. I'm here now. Guess it's a shame I won't see what discipline you hadn't planned out for me. No, it wasn't going to be discipline. We were just going to fucking leave you here. That's all it was. Ensign, shut up and get us out of here. Whatever you say, man. But that disgusted look again. I love it. I love it. I uploaded a picture of it I took the other night to Instagram. Because it's just like, he's just so fucking done. Once with motion, Hansen pulls himself up the cockpit entrance and disappears aside. As soon as he's in, you enter after him and quickly begin to buckle yourself into the passenger seat. In just a few seconds, Hansen pulls whatever lever that seals the Juno's cockpit and works his way through the entire startup sequence. Even before the main commander is active, he pulls back the flight sticks and you feel the rumble of the Juno's engines moving the armored frame away from the ship as the main view screen switches on, showing the O'Brien shrieking into the distance. Guess you couldn't save the crewmate. What did you do? 1 minute I'm pulling out the black box, the next I can see a light show going on inside. Some kind of laser beam nearly cuts me in half. I didn't do anything. There was something in the hangar and then it went off. It was tearing the whole ship apart from the inside. So you tripped it. AS weapon system or something? Can't let you anywhere near these things where you're causing problems. You're about to continue to protest Hansen when you see it. It's calling the light penetrate the surface of the O'Brien. Yeah, that's the end of the O'Brien. What the fuck? That's it. It's gotta be some sort of prototype AF or something. I've never seen a weapon like that. Trawling through the O'Brien's hall like paper, what the hell kind of weapon is that? No idea, but we need to. On the gun dog. Get to the gun dog right now. What? And leave that thing out here? Whatever that thing is, it just shredded the O'Brien from the inside out with a weapon we've never encountered before. Our comms are out, and it takes us down. It gets to the drop on the gun dog, we'll be sunk in seconds. Hansen looks from you for a screen showing a strange craft atop the O'Brien's hull, and after a moment of deliberation turns the Juno towards the gun dog and sets off at maximum thrust. We will warn them, maybe Dylan can get to it on the long-range system, take it down with the cannons before it. So, damn it! You grip tightly on the seat as Hansen struggles to reorient the armored frame. Something has just struck you hard. As the ensign regains control over the Juno, you see the enemy machine disappear in the distance on the main monitor. That thing just slammed into us and took off like nothing. What the hell is it? It's heading straight to the gun dog. Go! Now! What do you think I'm doing? Hansen barks and resumes maximum thrust, causing your machine to judder and shake. As the enemy springs into the distance on the Juno's monitor, Hansen doesn't let up at the speed, maintaining a high level of acceleration. Tremors you feel in the cockpit grow more intense the faster the armored frame moves. On the straps holding you in place with both hands, you pass your eyes over the readout on the cockpit's various dials and sub-monitors. Almost all of them are flashing warnings or alerts, with the needles on them, the majority of the gauges deep in the red. I wonder if these show up, because on the trailer before the color mode was introduced, these show up as yellow and red there. So I wonder if it's just because I'm playing on the, you know, the vibrant mode or not. Twice, if you keep this up, the game is going to fall apart. Slow it down. I think he knows the limitations of this machine more than you, Lieutenant Fate. It smirks at your order, scoffing as he somehow finds more acceleration that increases the vibrations to the point you feel like they'll shake you to pieces at any moment now. This is my Juno, Lieutenant. Don't tell me how to treat her. She's not as delicate as she looks. And we're gonna need all she's got to get back to the Gundog before that thing. Of course, if we get back and we're dead... Yeah, you can write me up to the captain when that happens. You groan and close your eyes, trying to ignore the beeping that started and the high-pitched whine that you hear coming from the back of the cockpit. You're aware that every second that passes as the two of you race back to the Gundog, tension worsening by the near constant screaming of the warning systems. Hansen in control, all you can do is hope that you can get back in time before the Gundog can be cut to pieces by the weapon you've seen make short work of the O'Brien. I lost track of how long you've been pursuing the enemy, when suddenly some garbled static bursts from the speakers and a shrill and panicked voice shrieks at you. I repeat, this is Lieutenant Lore of the JFS Gundog. We're under attack by an unknown enemy unit. Any JFS ships in range, please respond. This is Lieutenant Lore, this is Gundog 1, approaching the Gundog at. Kois, where have you been? Get back to the ship right now. We're under fire from something. Hansen rolls his eyes as he's cut off by Vedessa's demand. Roger that, ma'am. Gundog 1 return. Now. Shaking his head rather than following up with an answer, Hansen quickly flicks a few switches and you see the readouts as some of the monitors switch to display information about the armor frame's weapon system. As he does this, you turn your attention to the main monitor on the distance and you see small lights flickering in and out, surrounding a point in space, and the on-screen readouts inform you is the Gundog. With the Juno approaching the ship at speed, you can see the lights are actually rounds being rapidly fired for the Gundog's point defense system, a collection of rotary cannons mounted on turrets alongside the ship's exterior. Yeah, Deez is fucking going for it. You can't tell from the short bursts and the erratic shifts in the direction they're firing that machine ran to the O'Brien, moving both quickly and unpredictably, with the automated cannons unable to keep up. This is Gundog 1 we're back at. Kois, what the hell is this thing? How would I know? Useless. You hear Hansen mutter something under his breath, too quietly for the communication system to pick up. Just destroy it. We've already taken some heavy hits in the part to the porthole. Yeah, I get it. Tell Deez to watch that. Anti-air. As the Juno closes in the Gundog, you watch the trajectory of the shots being fired from the point defense system, knowing that they'll indicate what the enemy machine was, rather than where it is. Based on the speed at which they're moving, you know that if you're going to have a chance of taking out this thing, you need to figure out a way to get ahead of it. You're about to make this observation to Hansen, but you see a deep focus on his face, his eyes tracing the path the enemy moves along, weaves of barrage coming from the ship. With a sudden flurry of motion, the controls of Hansen adjusts the armored frame's trajectory, sending it soaring uncomfortably close to the Gundog's bridge, just in time to intercept the strange craft that rises from the far side of the ship. Yeah, we're not trusting Hansen as much as we should. He knows this fucking machine. Is that wearing like a top hat? I just noticed that. No, it's just something on the top. Using the same evasive maneuvers, amateur. We're gonna save this, but we're gonna save in a different file because this one seems to have a lot of options that, you know, like we had. You know, we could have left, we didn't need to go in the hangar right away. We could have left Hansen behind. We could have fought the thing. So we'll save that there. There's the same evasive maneuvers amateur. I was only gonna play for an hour, but this is getting fucking good. So we're 10 minutes over the hour. Hansen yells, slamming down the pedals. Hansen positions Juno over the top of the enemy, and you hear a heavy click as he pulls the trigger on the right flight stick. Too easy. Where the fuck is Haru? Shouldn't Haru be out already in the fucking armored frame? As the rounds from the machine gun slam the target, Hansen presses down a button on the left stick, sending out a volley of missiles rolling away from the Juno's shoulder pod and directly into the enemy, engulfing it in an explosion. Doesn't matter how powerful this machine is if the pilot's no good. What? As smoke clears, staring back at you as a machine that you had seen is hit with swarm missiles, each one individually power enough to destroy another armored frame. We're going to need, I think we're going to need Dalton, his, fucking foam. I think we need Dalton's foam. I think we're going to need the, you know, the anti-weapon foam. Instead of being totally destroyed, the craft looks completely fine. You don't even see a hint of a scorch mark on the armor. What is this thing made of? Hansen snarls, pulling the trigger on the right flight stick again, this time emptying their entire magazine onto the target. It's a totally different Hansen assault. The craft turns to face you, and you see an increasingly bright light begin to build in front of it, with sparks and crackling of electricity running along its nearby surfaces. Move! Don't tell me how to pilot. The ensign yells back at you as you navigate the Juno away from the beam that tears through the space you just occupied. Only seconds after what you felt like a moment of triumph, the tables have been so thoroughly turned you find yourself being stamped from side to side as Hansen executes a rapid series of maneuvers in an attempt to escape the enemy's pursuit. Huge beams of energy blast through the space around you every few seconds as the Juno dives, climbs, and rolls, and banks. As he weaves through the hail of bolts coming from the Gundog's own defensive systems and the attacks from the enemy machine, Hansen's breathing grows faster and faster. Hansen, we can't run it. We're going to need to figure something out. His eyes flickering rapidly back and forth from monitor gauge, and his eyes twitching quickly, sending the Juno darting from place to place. Hansen doesn't seem to notice you at all. Hansen. Hansen? What? This isn't working. We need to do something. Don't tell me how to pilot. Stow it. We can't keep this up forever. We need to figure something out. As you yell at Hansen, get thrown to the side of the cockpit by a high-speed turn that pulls up just as the high beam passes overhead, illuminating the cockpit as the brightness fills the monitors. Come on, then, ma'am. What do you have in mind? We should... Oh yeah, fucking foam. You rack your brain trying to come up with some way to stop this impervious enemy. You just watched it take a direct hit from a frame-busting missile coming away without a scratch. It didn't harm it, then nothing else in Juno's will to be able to stop it. Your thoughts race as you come up with a solution. How do you destroy the vulnerable? That's it. What? If the missiles won't take that thing down, nothing else we've got is going to be able to destroy it. Great. So what, Lieutenant? You think we should just surrender now? Let us destroy us? That's not what I mean. If we can't destroy it, then we need to change tactics. We need to try and disable it. Ensign glances across you with a sneer. Clearly, but to criticize your idea that before you can respond, it's essentially taken by another blast from enemy's energy weapon, which he evades at the very last moment. Yeah. I don't think we would have had that option if we didn't help Dalton complete it. Dalton's been working on a compound to seal hull breaches, but he's been turning it into ammunition for the Juno's machine gun too. If it works, we can trap this thing. The stuff's made to set hard enough to act as a new hull. There's no way it could escape. Hansen stops you despite being in the middle of carrying out maneuvers, following sudden braking, dropping downward through space and letting an enemy machine fly overhead as if he can fire another volley of machine gun rounds at its underside. If it works, Lieutenant. What if it doesn't? Are you going to trust that little dork with our lives? Poor Dalton. Have you got a better idea, Ensign? Yeah, Dalton, there's a moat on the Space Quality Studio server that's just Dalton crying. That's what I thought of, but calling him the little dork. That's what I thought. As the Juno continues to shake in the strain, its engines are under it suddenly spins and turns Hansen to make it perform. It manages to lean towards the communication system and press down a button that allows you to broadcast. Gundog, this is Gundog 1. Patch me through to Cadet Grange. Don't touch my controls. Shut up, Hansen. I repeat, Gundog. It's like, shut up, Hansen. Gundog, this is Gundog 1. Patch me through to Cadet. What do you want, Knight? We're just about to send Rumney out, but the launch pads are damaged, so they're coming out the main hangar door. Deal with that thing for a few more minutes. Nothing we've got on the Junos are going to stop it, Lord. Just put me through to Dalton. He's busy getting Harrow's AF out there. I'm in charge of this Operation Knight, so don't go distracting my... Lord, shut up and put me through to Dalton right now. practice. Oh, Lieutenant, we're doing our best to get Haru out there. We just need oh, poor Dalton's little face. Look at his little face. Dalton. Poor Dalton. Dalton, forget about Haru. Did you manage to make any more of your seal ammunition? Huh? Oh yeah, I managed to make enough for 2 whole magazines, but send it out now. But Lieutenant, it's not tested. Now, Dalton. Yes, ma'am. The cockpit spinners as the armor frame breaks suddenly, following a tight corner that takes it around the rear of the gun dog and out of sight of the attack. Although you're slammed backwards, Hansen remains focused and unleashes a barrage of machine gun fire just as the enemy soars past you. As you recover, you glare at Hansen. Was that necessary? Never waste ammo, Knight. Before the other craft can respond, Hansen quickly maneuvers away, and you see the empty magazines ejected from Juno's machine gun. Grange, send the ammo out, and a supply launch. Heading 0 Mark 30, full thrust. Yes sir, 0 Mark 30 launching in 4 minutes. 4 fucking minutes, Dalton. We don't have all fucking day. Grr, get it now in 2 kit. Yes sir. Chastised Hansen. With the enemy back in pursuit, Hansen brings up the Juno to full thrust and navigates armor frame over the gun dog to a location you know has the lowest point of defense coverage. Normally I would ignore it. I think Dalton needed to be told to hurry up faster. But Dalton is horrible under pressure. If he is fucking harassed, like, he won't fuck up. We want him on his best. Despite the pressure and the sudden acceleration, may snap at Hansen. Don't be a dick, Croix. He's doing his best. Silently evading the fire of the gun dog and attack craft, Hansen still managed to slay a shock with a burst of laughter. Get real, you're dragging me up on my conduct right now. That kid, Croix, is a crewmate and our only hope of stopping this thing. Got some priorities, man, but... Although you felt Hansen adjusted Juno's trajectory to evade the approaching enemy, he's not quick enough and slammed straight into you, shaking both of you and sending your armor frame careening away wildly. Yeah, it's probably because we did that. Oh! They could get into a slap fight with Neptune. And I don't think it was her that started it. I watched him like hop out of my chair and now he's like Yeah, he's running away from him. And he's bulking up. He's gonna go after her, I think. He's almost 15. He's chasing this little 21-month-old cat. Oh, she's not little, she's huge. Yeah, I think we should have ignored it. God damn it, Knight, if you won't write me up, if you want to write me up, do it later. Now just sit still and shut up. As the attacking craft speeds away in the distance before stopping suddenly and turning on axis to head back towards the gun dog, Hansen turns to Juno and speeds towards the front of the ship. Moving the location he destructed Dalton to send the ammunition. With the main monitor now focused on the open main hangar door, you can see Dalton just the order sending a supply launching rocket. Sending a supply launch rocketing towards you. The launch, a little more than a large sled with a series of thrusters attached, speeds through the void towards you, and in a smooth motion, Hansen moves to meet it. Deftly maneuvers the armor frame's hands to grab the machine gun's magazine tethered to it without needing to stop. I'm surprised they didn't send it out with Rumney, because it would be like, you know, we could keep them distracted. It seems sending them out in the supply is more dangerous because the thing can just attack the supply. Pulling back in time, just in time to evade another blast from enemy cannon, Hansen slams the flight sticks forward, sending the armored frame tearing through space and towards the opponent. This better work, Knight. Before the craft can evade, Hansen brings a machine gun to bear on it and holds out the trigger. The rounds all meeting their mark. Fuck yes, the foam! As the shots land, the enemy machine is engulfed in a sudden expanding mass that billows outwards from the point of impact and spreads all over its surface. I hope Dalton tested it in the vacuum of space. That's all I'm hoping. The second attacker is encased in a thick coating of Dalton's compound, which sets as suddenly as it expanded, leaving the craft's long appendages visibly struggling against the material's restraining properties. Hey, That stuff's not bad, kid. It's done good work. But we're not done yet. Hold on, Lieutenant. Despite being almost entirely cased in the sealant, your foe is still heading right at you. Where the hell do you think you're going? Hanson yells, sending the Juno straight towards the enemy. So close, it's like mode 7 here. You're not going anywhere. The impact that reverberates violently through the cockpit of the armored frame slams to the oncoming craft. Go to hell. Always fucking take it out of his fucking beam saber there. I guess it wasn't a beam saber. Watch a rapid sequence of button presses on the right stick. Hanson commands the Juno to let go of its machine gun and draw its combat knife. The armored frame shakes with each impact as Hanson dives the knife in and out over and over in one of the small portions of exposed armor showing among the massive sealant. Warning, warning. Your world becomes a cacophony of noise as the slash of the knife on the armored surface of the engine. Enemy machine that screams of the Juno's engines as they struggle to counteract the other craft's thrust, and various alarms and warnings all fill the cockpit. 60. Down. You. Or go down, not 60. Go down, you hell. Suddenly, you're forced back to your seat by the rush of acceleration. Hanson, what's going on? You just about managed to turn your head against the force of the thrust to see Hanson shunning the flight sticks back and forth and stomping on the pedals. Its engines must have cut out, but the controls have gone on ours. I can't stop them. Hanson continues to struggle with the vessel, with the controls. Vanessa screeches at you over the radio, sounding more panicked than ever. Croix, you're headed straight for the hangar. Change course, Croix. I'm trying. Croix, you're going to. Yeah, we're gonna hit the Gundog, aren't we? Maybe Harrow saved us. Maybe Harrow got out there. Oh. We got a trophy, a silver trophy for that, called Survivor. Planetary Calendar 214. Despite Ensign Croix getting the advantage against an unknown enemy craft that attacked the JFC Gundog, mechanical failure in the engines of the Juno 3 resulted in both the unidentified machine and the armor frame crashing into the ship's hangar. Knight and Ensign Croix were both quickly extracted from the armor frame and sent to the ship's sick bay. Upon being cleared for duty, Lieutenant Knight is ordered to the hangar to help secure the enemy craft. Outer Jovian space. Hangar the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. Stretch your neck from side to side and roll your shoulders as you wait for the captain's judgment. Dr. Rosarium had done his best for the neck injury required during the Hanson's less than textbook landing, but the captain had been insistent that her sole security officer return to duty immediately. Yeah, she's fucking pissed at us. Like, what do you expect? She's pretty much, you know... We talked back to her because we were like, we're going fuck on to probably a graveyard. And we know you fucked up, and you're the reason we almost fucking died. And our whole squad mostly died. But... So she's probably fucking reprimanding us. As a result, after our cursory once over, the doctor had given you an anti-inflammatory injection to the side of your neck and an injection of painkillers to the other before sending you out on your way. This left your neck numb and with a vague sensation that your head could become detached at any moment, but at least you were up and about. To Bane the Hanger, you know you should be thankful for this miracle. Hope there's more of Dalton stealing around. Both Hanson, Juno, and the craft had been fighting had entered the hangar at full thrust. If Dalton hadn't thought quickly and activated every single piece of arrestor gear available, the two machines would have torn straight through into the belly of the Gundog. Good thing. My thoughts is that's probably because we reprimanded Hanson, because it calmed Dalton down a bit. On top of that, they slammed in the storage container that held the tank, keeping his experimental high-density foment, causing it to rupture and coat the attacker substance and adhere it to the hangar floor. It doesn't seem like a good thing. I'm losing my voice too. If the machine stuck in place, it didn't take long for the unit's engine to burn out as it pushed against the immovable object. Make a mental note to give Dalton your thanks later. Not only had the rounds loaded, but the substance worked perfectly, had saved you, Hanson, and possibly the entire ship. Yeah, that's all. Fuck you, Hanson, for calling him a little dork. What did this mean, though, was that their series assailant, which had torn into the Brian's pieces, had nearly done the same, but the gun dog was stuck, immovable for the time being, right in the middle of the hangar. It showed no activity since it went dead, yet just outside the gun dog, but having one of those eye-like cameras exposed didn't leave you. Is this craft secured, Lieutenant? Oh, yes, ma'am. To be honest, Cadet Grange's foam has done most of the work for us. With the amount of that stuff it's covered in, I don't see it making any move anytime soon. Even the tethers we use aren't really necessary. When we get back to Europa Colony, it'll probably be easier to remove the entire hangar block to get to this thing rather than cart and fit out. Is that so? Yes, ma'am. The moment Captain Lousy responds to her rhetorical question to hang in the air. As far as capturing enemy technology goes, this could have certainly gone more smoothly. We're lucky the ship's not blown up, man. Bolt of anger shoots through your body. As if you had any right to criticize things going badly. Oh, yeah, we're going down this road, aren't we? Now, night. We should just grin and bear this. Thought we all made mistakes. You immediately suppress the reaction as the captain turns back towards you. Regardless, you've done good work today, Lieutenant Knight. Cadet Grange. Yeah, he should really be, yeah. Really be, Oh, ma'am, yes, thank you. Now, you did really good work, Dalton. You really did good work. Dalton, who's been looking aside like a nervous shadow the entire time, squeaks, the unacceptable compliment taking him completely by surprise. I mean, that is, if the container hadn't been an area, then we wouldn't have lost so much hangar space, and I'm sorry that. He swift but gently elbowed the cadet in his side. Which is, thank you, ma'am. Very good, Cadet. Well then, Captain once again leaves the sentence trail off half-formed. Whereas his manner of speech had previously left you disconcerted, it's an indication that there was nothing the Captain was holding back, found yourself no longer bothered by it. Whether this was because you were used to it or simply too tired to be perturbed was a matter you hadn't quite decided on. Dalton, on the other hand, was still clearly terrified of the concept of being in such close proximity to the Captain to the point where his nervousness was palpable. Yeah, he's probably like fucking shaking. He'll probably like vibrate through the fucking catwalk there. If it wasn't for the rustling his jumpsuit caused by his nervous fidgeting, you felt there was a good chance you'd be able to hear his heartbeat racing. Yeah, he'll like fucking probably go like As the chief, I finished my assessment of the craft, Captain. Let's pull the right out of the heart attack. His commanding officer and his supervisor there. Not a grace to surprise you, the chief, having appeared from underneath the catwalk, grabs onto the handrail and effortlessly redirects her momentum, planting her feet firmly on the walkway you're all stood on. Thank you, Chief Cathays. And your assessment? Hard to say, never seen anything like it. General structure is totally different from the humanoid construction that you'd see on an AF. Whatever material this thing is made of doesn't line up with that we see on Martian or Terran machines. Even the samples of that titanium they make on Lunar didn't have the kind of durability this thing showed. Based on the combat data from Croyce's AF, that had been torn apart, plus no indication of a traditional drive system, which your security assessment, Chief Cathays. Stiffness has a wave of realizing hits you, causing a painful twinge in your neck. As soon as you get out of the sickbay, the captain ordered you to secure the craft. In your current state, while still running on leftover adrenaline and recently dosed up on medication, you followed that order to the letter, completely forgetting about assessing any possible risks. Right, yes, Captain. There's no signs to indicate this craft is active anymore. No measurable electronic activity, no readings to suggest an active reactor, because the whole thing has been totally shut down. The only reading that showed anything was a boson count. It's surrounded by a massive amount of residual distortion. No idea why, though. You'd need a whole engine to put out the amount I'm registering around it. As far as I can tell, Captain, whatever this thing might be, it's not doing anything anytime soon. Yeah, it just seems like a fucking bomb, is what it feels like. Yeah, it just seems like a fucking bomb. I see, in the pilot. If there's anyone in there, they aren't getting out. I've checked over all the visible portions of the structure, and there's no trace of cockpit hatch or entry panel. How strong the Cadet Grange's combat is, there's no way they'd be able to break through. It must have got pretty heavy on the side. No crylates, huh, Cadet? The Chief asked with a wink. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. It's a good thing, Cadet. If you hadn't, this thing might have been able to tear its way out and continue its rampage around the chip's insides. Best way I can put it, Captain, I hope they've got enough oxygen and emergency rations in there to last until we get back to Europa, because we aren't getting them out. And you, Lieutenant? I hope that the Chief's explanation would suffice, but the Captain turned our attention to you unexpectedly. No, I'm gonna agree with the Chief. We're not undermining the Chief. I think Chief Cathay has just about covered it, Captain. I didn't see anything that looked like a hatch when we were securing it, so I don't think anything's getting out of there. I see. Nothing to add? Kind of brief moment trying to come up with some other comment you can add. The Chief had said, feeling another collision neck layer over the already present exhausted field. You simply don't have that energy. No, ma'am. That makes life easier. Swift classes weren't designed for lift brigs. How come we've been talking about fucking sending Hansen to the brig then? Huh? Where's my fucking brig? Let's just shove him in Hansen's room and lock it in there. Captain takes a moment to move to the railings and place her hands on them, resting a little of her weight remains with low gravity on the support vaults. What little of her weight remains low gravity on the support vaults, also drumming her fingers against them. As you watch Captain Bartholomew's, you see the gleam glitz of spark in her eyes, a slight change transforming her in front of you from the consistently disinterested Captain Noto, canny analytical version of herself. Turns back to face you, pivoting on one hand, she keeps on the railing. In that case, our priority is getting this back to the Europa colony where it can be investigated properly. The less time we have this on board, the less risk it poses to us. Chief Cathays, I want those engines online now. Cadet Grange, I want Ensign Croix. This is Juno fully operational and combat ready. If this thing reacts space, I want to be ready for it. Lieutenant Knight, I want you on active patrol until Ensign Croix is out of sick bay. You and Romney and Croix will be carrying out patrols around the clock until we dock at Europa. This thing has shown itself to be full of surprises. Just because we can't see a way for the pilot to get out doesn't mean there isn't one. Carry out a normal patrol and then report back to me. I'll be in my quarters writing this up. Understood? Three of you snap to attention and throw a salute. Perfect synchronization. Even the chronically fidgety Dalton maintains a perfectly still professional countenance. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Dismissed. A shove against the railing, Captain launched herself towards the hangar entrance, and the three of you dropped your stiff postures as soon as you showed the sight. Hell of a day, huh, Lieutenant? Yeah, like, we have not had anything to eat, we've not had any rest, we've not had any time to give smooches to Cassie. Like, we really just need a break. You roll your shoulders once again, trying to get rid of the stiffness and working your way back into your neck. Putting it mildly. As you think back over the day, it feels like it's been a week long with everything that's happened. It felt like you hadn't slept for that long either. You're not wrong, Chief. As you look back, the enemy craft can help it feel like its exposed camera lens is pointing straight at you. swallow nervously, turn away, the wavering mechanical glare tilts their sense of dread. So what do you think? Is it really out of action? Like I told the captain, as far as I can tell, this thing isn't going anywhere soon. Still doesn't mean that I want to hang around it, glued to the inside of the hangar. Sooner we get back to Europa, the better. And to do that, we need to get the Gundog's engines up and running. So I'm going to head back to the engine room. We've all got jobs to do, no time to stand around chatting. We want to get our unexpected passenger back to Europa Colony. Cadet? Oh, Chief. The main thruster module on Croyce's Juno is completely fried. Don't bother trying to salvage it. It's going to need a wholesale replacement, understood? Yes, Chief. Probably knows that he'd probably tinker with it and try to get it up and going, but it's like we don't really have time for that. Right then, both of you get to it. That, Chief launches herself off a nearby railing and towards the hangar entrance. Much like you had with the captain earlier, watch as she disappears, relaxing slightly once she's out of sight. As you look around the surroundings, you see that Dalton has already made his way towards Hansen's Juno, leaving you alone. Kick off the Catwoman bin to gently drift towards the hangar, exit, taking one last look back at the hangar before you leave. Aside from the sounds of Dalton's exploratory tinkering on Hansen's Juno, in the background is hum of various air handling systems. The hangar is effectively silent. This made the sight of the previous hostile machine lifeless, positioned right in the middle of it all a stranger. Still, the chief seems adamant that there was no chance of it going anywhere, and looking at it now, you have no reason to not believe her. Time for patrol, then. I don't believe that. I'm going to tell you that now. I think it's going to be back. That stack crates everything that Dalton could salvage after the crash. A good portion of our supplies were destroyed, sucked out into space, or stuck inside that huge mess. It shouldn't be a problem if we're headed straight back to Europa, but if we're out here much longer, it could become an issue. No one's actually had time to check what we've lost. I'm just going to look around. The hatches below the armor frame damaged in the attack. Either of them need to leave the hangar. They're going to need to go through the main door. Hopefully we don't need any more action, see any more action for the rest of the mission. I think that's a bullshit too. I think that's foreshadowing. Yeah, that's what we want to look at. Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about this. I don't know if it's because with computer you have the mouse, so you can go with that. But I don't know if Switches has that issue as well, because they also have the touch screen. Most of it looks like it's still in working order. It's going to be tricky to use it on anything, considering how full the hangar is now, though. Despite everything, both shooters are actually in pretty good condition, ignoring the burned out engines on Hansen's at least. Thanks to Dalton's triggering the arrestor gear at the right time, Hansen's Juno was caught before it could get covered in the foam. Can't look at the giant. There we go. You grip the railing and lean forward, shifting yourself in a position where you can view it as much as the machine and the surrounding mass of rock salt foam as possible. Just like Chief said, no signs of activity, no signs of life. You grip tight so you remember the encounter with it, even if you'd not been able to been the one piloting. Being there whilst Hansen had fought tooth and nail just to stay alive and showing you how dangerous it was. How powerful. Hadn't been for Dalton's foam rounds, how much longer would Hansen been able to hold out? The fact that it had been almost unstoppable, yet suddenly Jack suddenly started to nag at you as you stared at it. Had it really been stopped, or was it something else going on? Yeah, it reminds me of like a cuckoo bird. Circumstances were different. I take the chance to do an inventory and figure out what lost and what gotten left, but with the current situation, all things are focused on. Risk me damaging the machines tied up at the best of times. That was readily not a good time for me to try to learn how to use them. Launch hatches out of action. The only way to get the armor frames of the hangar is open the main door, which pressurizes the entire area. Not that I had a reason to use them right now. Thank God. Yeah. We got Christianity is still alive and well in this near future. If I use this right now, I send myself and Dalton flying out of space. I'll just leave it alone. Now I'm going to look at this. I think what we're going to do, I don't know how much time, vault over the rails, kick up gently towards the stranger. She had taken every visible detail she slowly flit over it. Driving over protrusion from the mass plumb and reject yourself, continuing to inspect the machine from a different perspective. Calm down and methodically repeat this process 2 more times before returning to the cat near the hangar entrance. Like the chief said, no sign of any sort of hatch or cockpit. Thing may be powerful, but there's no way for a pod to be able to break through all this. Oh, fuck, it scared me. That was like a jump scare. I'll look at it again because I didn't see it all. Or it crashed. Break through all this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk to... Oh, we can talk to Dalton. Okay. Hey, Dalton. You showed across the hangar, you shot the rails towards him, hoping that I could give the cadet as much notice as possible. You won't spoke him. Lieutenant, how can I help, ma'am? I and Lily, although he wasn't alarmed or shocked, you could tell he was more nervous than usual. Nothing to worry about, cadet. I just proud of the patrol to make sure to check on everyone. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing all right, Lieutenant. Thank you. It didn't seem possible, Dalton. You weren't apprehensive, but looking at him now, you can see something eating away at him. Are you sure about that, cadet? Well, in the span of half a second, Dalton goes from bundle nerves to energy to totally deflated. Oh no, we fucking popped the balloon. I don't want to be here anymore. Everything's going wrong. Oh, poor Dalton. I'm scared of it anymore. I don't want to bother anyone. I want to be here anymore. Hey, Dalton, it's alright, don't. Taking it back, attempt to move towards Cadet, raising your arm to lay a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Dalton bats away, simultaneously wiping his eyes with his sleeve, smearing tears across his face. I think it's probably some snot, too. No, it's fine now. I'm sorry. I'm just a little stressed out and it's been tough. I need to fix the... Again before you reach him, he spins around trying to pick up Junior Horse crate on the other side of the hangar. No, we're gonna give him a hug. We wanna give Bucko a hug. And yourself with one hand, you reach up the other, grab his back, and jumps up a second before he can get away. No, ma'am, I've gotta go and I've gotta... You strain for a moment against the force of one of them, but your grip holds and you draw him back to you. Ma'am, Dalton, it's alright. Having done nothing to stop until the force you pull Dalton back leads him slowly to foot into your chest. It's gonna be okay. Dalton floats limply in silence. You keep a grip on him, but don't say anything, not wanting to push him before he's ready. We just got someone watching, so we'll peek at this. Also losing my voice. Like, really bad. Said I had a chat message, but nothing's loaded, so I'm getting close to the 2 hours though. I'm getting close to the... Oh yeah, best viewers. Yeah, Strain Concept. Yeah, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna create it March 3rd, 2015. Before he's ready. I'm not trying to push him before he's ready. I'm sorry about that, Lieutenant. I didn't mean to get so worked out. It's just been a really stressful day and I'm just finding it a bit tough. You move back slightly, give yourself enough space that you can look Dalton in the eyes. Or you would if he wasn't dejectedly avoiding eye contact. Hey, Cadet, like I said, it's alright. This job's not easy at the best of times. It's fine to be stressed out. I know, but it really shouldn't be. At least your grip on his jump, laying your hand on his shoulder instead. Come on, now, it's fine. You're right. It's a really stressful day. We're all feeling pressure right now, and there's nothing wrong with admitting that. If we're being honest, I'm more worried about anyone on a ship who's not feeling the strain. I'd be more worried about anyone on a ship who's not feeling the strain. But the chief and the captain and... Trust me, Cadet, everyone's feeling it at the moment. Oh my god. Spam. Turning away from you, look at the strange sheen amongst the mass of foam. On the other side of the hangar, and trying to engineer size. Respondently before looking back to you. But how do you deal with it? You can't help but smile at Dalton's question. I wish I could tell you. Oh, but hey. You moved your hand from Dalton's shoulder and said, patting him reassuringly on the arm. You're doing great work. I know it's tough. Just focus on what you've got to focus on. Don't worry about the rest, okay? Thank you, ma'am. I'll do my best. That's all you can do, Cadet. I was hoping you'd get to hug him. That's why I grabbed him. Letting another deep sigh out, turns back to the engine module. He's been preparing to remove, grabbing on her handle sticking out from open maintenance hatch with one hand and rubbing it still teary-eyed with the back of the other. I should really be. Of course, no problem. We're going to check on these, but we're going to go to the mess hall first. Before you even head to the mess hall, the aroma of machine-made coffee and pancakes wafts down the north side thoroughfare, and your stomach growls audibly. Trying to realize how hungry you were until now, but the scent of rich food in the air, your body begins to let you know in no uncertain terms that you are ravenous. Except inside, you see Ensign Rumney leaning back lazily in a chair, slowly picking their way through a stack of syrup-covered pancakes. Fork in one hand, cup of coffee in the other. Yeah, it was pancake day, too. I made pancakes on Sunday, though, because I wasn't going to be around to make them on pancake day during the day. Yeah, my recipe is 1 cup milk, 1 cup flour, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons sugar, 2 tablespoons melted butter or margarine, a pinch of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I usually add one of those little applesauce cups and some blueberries and some cinnamon, just because I'm usually making them for my mom as well. I like her to have a little bit more nutrients with the applesauce. And I use unsweetened apple mango applesauce. They acknowledge you by looking over to the door, raising their cup of coffee slightly before returning to their meal. Before you can say anything, your stomach growls loudly again. Smirk appears on the pilot's face briefly, but is quickly dismissed as they go back to take another mouthful of pancake. As they carry on eating, you decide to leave them to it for the time being and head to the room to take another look at the available options. Irish coffee. They take it pitch black and so thick you could stand a spoon up in it. Yeah, and they stick their fucking cigarette in it and ruin it for the fucking waste management system. Thought it was gross when they put their cigarette in it, but as it turns out, it's pretty gross to begin with. Looks like these are both working fine. If they weren't, Cassie would probably commit mutiny or something to get them fixed. If it looks like such a pineapple salad, everything else still has the necessary ingredients available. I feel like something a bit more substantial than a fruit salad though, so that's no great loss. I had Wendy's burger. They had the bacon mushroom melt in still, so I had one of those and I had some pineapple and I felt like Cassie. Hey, look at the vending machine, consider the available snacks. While the chocolate bar seems appealing, you take your ID card to your pocket, slide the machine's card slot, and key in your selection. While the coil slowly spins your bars, eventually eject it, landing at the bottom of the machine near the access hatch. You got a silent voice. Nice, I'll save this for later. Oh, we're saving it for... not for us, we're saving it for Cassie. Approaching the machine with the rest of the menu options, you'd be surprised when you first got on board that the choice was just as extensive as the machine and so much larger ships you've been stationed on. The problem with this was that the choice made it difficult to decide what you wanted to eat. Spent a minute or two going back and forth over the various menu options before narrowing it down to... Tacos sounds really good, but look at a hamburger. Press... oh, we got just a pile of hamburger. It's like the classic hamburger followed by feeling some specifics. We don't want pickles, no pickles, fuck pickles. You can put the file off for the machine will run life as a produce of coffee and muffin sound. After a few minutes, the hatch opens and coffee bubbles in a hamburger slides out on a plate. As you remove it from the machine, head to the table, sit down, and from higher assuming that their lack of conversation is a choice they'd like to respect. Something always wrong, you take the first bites by having part of the machine being made entirely of synthetic ingredients of butters, coffee, and meat of the burger juicing. As you choose, notice something that tastes this first bite, and chewing slowly peel pop bun away from the pickle from the burger and inspect it. What's going on, man? Something you weren't expecting in there? Swallow the most full burger and shake your hand. Don't tell me you don't like pickles in your hamburger, Lieutenant. Actually, no, I don't like pickles. Doing my best to contain your dignity, despite the fact your child is picking pickles out of your burger, your manufacturer respond to Harrow's question. Hey, if the future king of the Devil Dome cannot like pickles, we don't need to like pickles either. This happens instant, I'm not a fan of pickles now. Oh no, that's a shame. See, there's something wrong with machines that always includes them in the hamburgers. She'd never fixed it because only kids don't like pickles, right? And we don't see many of them on the gun dog. Magnolia's general acknowledgement and attempt to maintain your composure as you extract the last pickles and lay them on the side of your plate before trying to top bun your burger and taking a bite. Well, I'll see what I can do for you, ma'am. Laying the fork down, the instant pushes the chair back, stands up, walking over to the food vendor and leaning against it. Excuse me, she asked for no pickles. You take another bite of your burger and continue to chew in silence. Huh? Is that right? Huh? I get it. Let's sit, water back to the seat and sit down, leaning on the table towards you. Sorry, Lieutenant, no refunds, no replacements. But if you don't want them, Tara takes up the fork, quickly skewers the 4 pickles you left on the side of your plate, place them in the mouth and biting down, letting out a noisy crunch. Shame to waste them, right? Yeah, but you don't mind wasting fucking coffee. Shudder at the sound and thought of eating a whole forkful of salty, acidic, and slimy pickles. Even worse is that, with a grin on their face, Haru then immediately carries on with their pancakes without even taking a sip of coffee to clear their palate. You almost gag at the thought quickly scoff down the rest of your burger and stand up to return the plate to the food vendor. Hey, Dad, already, Lieutenant? Shame, I was going to have company. We should have another dinner late like this again sometime. No matter a vague acknowledgement as you start your plate for the slot in the vendor, or to immediately withdraw back to the machine. Make mental note never to order burgers again. You'd rather rely on emergency rations to go through that discussion again. I was drinking right now. It would be pretty weird if I decided to take a scoop. I don't know if I have time to talk to them or not. Although Haru was keeping it to himself right now, he felt that with things the way they were on board the ship, it'd be good to check in with everyone. Pull up a seat next to the pilot, it gives you a flicker at recognition before continuing to slowly pick up their pancakes. Yeah, people on this are like, yeah, like this is a great job for Haru, because like they just get to, you know, do nothing most of the time, eat pancakes, flirt, smoke, and then occasionally go and do like some really cool actiony shit that gets them like a lot of recognition, and then they just go back to fucking around. Ensign Romney, how are you doing? Probably better than you after that landing night. I don't think I'd be seeing you out of the sick bay so soon. You actually look shocked by that. Yeah, I was lucky that. So, is Hanson out too? No, he's still being seen by the doctor. When I left, he was taking him into the surgery room. Something about artificial ossification? Damn, how do you manage to go break something that seriously while you're up and about without a scratch? Well, next time you see him, make sure you give him my thanks as he deserves for getting you out of that situation alive. If it wasn't for his piloting, this whole ship would be space dust right now. Roll your eyes across your arms. You know you're not wrong. They're not wrong, but the thought of actively thanking Hanson for something... Yeah, I'll let him know. Harry returns their attention to the pancakes to continue the meal, only interrupting it with the occasional sip of coffee. Sit there for a little while longer as the silence drags on your side. You've probably got as much conversation about Haru as you're going to, so you push your chair back and stand up. As you go to walk away, you hear the sound of Haru's chair that scoots along the floor, causing you to turn back. I'm serious, Lieutenant. Make sure you tell him. Look at Haru for a moment, then mentally shrug as you turn away again. I heard you the first time, Ensign, don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna save because I'm really close to the time. Save it back here. I don't really think I have much time. Where I want to go is the sick bay to see if Cassie's out of there. And you put the elevator doors open, your hand raised to prevent the harsh brightness of the sick bay's lighting. Powerful aroma of disinfectant wafts from the elevator's door slide open and the light shines brightly through the widening gap. Accustomed to both these features of the sick bay, you're no longer bothered by them. Following everything appears in order, although you quickly notice that the doctor isn't at his desk. Looking over to the left of the room, you see a bright light illuminated above the doorway leading to the surgery wing, and its large gallery window having taken on a frosted effect, obscuring the view of the inside beyond some vague shapes. The doctor had been able to patch you up pretty quickly, leaving Hansen to wait for the necessary procedure that now seemed to be underway. Going back to the bed, you see Cassie tossing and turning uncomfortably. She'd been fast asleep when you and Hansen were brought in, to the point where you'd wondered if she had been sedated. But now she was bitching and groaning, appearing in genuine discomfort. Cassie, is everything alright? Lay your hand on her shoulder and take her hand in yours. Hey Cassie, can you hear me? What's wrong? Oh, it's you, Lori. How was the mission? Did everything? Oh, she looks like shit. Ah! As she lets out a scream, Cassie yanked her hand away from yours, bringing it up to her head and using it alongside her free hand as if trying to hold her head together. Arg. Completely overtaken by pain, Cassie crashes around the bed. It's all you can do to stop her from throwing herself off of it. Hey Cassie, it's alright. It's going to be okay. Around the panic, unsure what to do, your first instinct is to get Dr. Nazarian, but he's in the middle of a surgical procedure and you don't think he'll be able to drop everything just to come to Cassie. Yeah, this will probably cut out before this, and I'll probably have to come back and read it next time, because I'm not going to stay up to play more. Cassie, did the doctor leave you anything? Any instructions? Any tablets? Narg. Cassie, come on, anything? Pills, on the counter. Yeah. Without a moment's hesitation, dash over the counter where you see half a bent blister of tablets atop a box of more of the same. Grab a nearby glass filled with water from the hand washing station and then take it to tablets over to Cassie. Cassie, wake up and take these, come on. Slide your arm on Cassie's back and gently pull her up to an upright position, keeping your arm in place to prop her up. Oh, honey, These are the tablets you mentioned, right? Sandra, still dazed, blinks in the glass of water and tells you to hold to her, slowly reaching out to take the glass and then some of the tablets. Oh yeah, the doctor said they'd help the headaches. Dreamily, she places his two in her mouth, and you help her with the glass of water. She drains it, and after you take it off, you lower her back onto the bed. Now, I would, worry that maybe she has, a brain bleed or something from that, it fucked up, causing aneurysm, noise and stuff, that feedback. But I'm sure she's been scanned, you see on the back wall, her vitals. Thanks, sweetie. I've been standing over Cassandra for a few minutes, but it looks like she's fallen in the same heavy slumber that she was in when you brought her down here earlier. Squeeze her hand before turning to leave. Before you can step away, you feel a gentle grip on your wrist. Hey, come in a bit. I want to hear about your day. Before she can finish the sentence, Cassie slumps under the bed, releasing you. Sure thing, Cassie. I've been watching the item screen, but Cassie, I wish there was something I'd do for you. Even if I can't be here when you wake up, just something to let you know it's okay. Reaching into your jacket pocket, you pull the chocolate bar you brought from the vending machine during your earlier visit to the mess hall. People look back across the glass surgery room and assume that the doctor is still occupied with whatever procedure he's carrying out on Hansen. Covertly slide it under Cassie's pillow. Yeah, it's gonna be melted. It's not much, but it's the least I can do to keep her spirits up. Don't let Dr. Reserve catch you with that, okay? If you knew how much junk you've been eating from the vending machines, you'd probably get the cat to block your access. With a soft smile on your face, you gently move a few errant strands of hair from her face before squeezing her hand again and moving away. Sweetheart. Oh, I got the trophy for it! Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call it a day right now. We're gonna stop this.